on, guys? I missed you so much. It's been a week and a half since I've done anything online because I hurt my back. I'm an old man and I understand there's a lot of problems with that. But listen, I need one of these before because we're about to tell you a fucking awesome story. At least that's what I think. The story that I'm gonna tell you guys about is probably why I refused to buy a Porsche for the longest time ever. And all of the problems that I had with them at the beginning. And I wanna say, this is a disclaimer, this was so long ago, okay? Not even the dealership that I'm gonna talk about exists, or at least in the place that it was, and maybe not even in the same way. And I'm sure they've adapted themselves to modern times. So please know that. This is before I got my 918. This was a very fucking long time ago. And this problem is not with Porsche, the brand. It's more like with their dealer. So back in the day when I started getting all these crazy cars, I got really interested in looking into a Porsche. I wanted to buy a GT3 because they look so awesome. They had that big ass fucking wing that says fuck you to everyone watching you on the road and says like, why the fuck does that guy need that big of a wing? Well, fuck you, that's why. That's why I need that wing. So I wanted to go to the dealership and just look at the cars and see what the prices were and how everything was. I had at this point bought so many cars from Mercedes. I've had a Ferrari at that point. I dipped my toe into that market. So I was ready. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go check out these Porsches. So I goes Alejandro, walks into a dealership, all young, hopeful, good looking. Well, not good looking, but like didn't have all the wrinkles and all the extra stuff that I have in a bad back. So I walk into the dealership feeling like I'm killing it. I'm a young fucking dude that can afford these cars. This is gonna be awesome. People are gonna jump on and say, Alejandro, let me suck your balls so you can buy the car for me. That's what I thought. And I walked into Porsche Beverly Hills and I start seeing that every salesperson that sees me looks at me and goes like this. And they just keep walking or ignore me. So I go to the main lady at the desk and I'm like, hi, I would like to talk to someone in sales. And she goes, absolutely no problem. She calls, finally gets someone that goes like, hey Jerry, do you want to come over and see this Mexican guy that's at the door saying that he's gonna buy a Porsche? Yeah, I'll be right there. Hang up the phone and Jerry never showed up. Like 20 minutes went by and I was like, all right, clearly no one gives a shit about selling a car, so I'm just gonna leave. That's not a bad deal, right? So eventually, like a year later, a friend of mine that has a lot of money, his parents are so fucking loaded, calls me and goes, hey bro, I wanna buy a Porsche. Do you mind going with me to the dealership? I was like, fuck yeah. And he's calling me because I've gotten so many cars at that point for someone my age, so he's going like, this guy knows what he's doing. So I was like, dude, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. I know you're thinking it. I'm gonna walk into that dealership and make him your bitch. Okay, are you ready? He goes, let's go. And he actually wanted to buy an R8. I'm lying. He wanted to buy an R8 back then. And I said, dude, Audi and Porsche Beverly Hills have R8s. Let's go. So we walk in and everybody does the same shit they did to me the first day. Like they ignore us. But this time goes to a different level. I'm walking and I see a guy that's walking away from the R8 that's sitting in their showroom. And the guy's walking out like, you know when you're trying to squeeze in, like before someone, but you don't want him to notice that you know that they're there? That's what that motherfucker was doing. So I'm looking at the guy, he's looking at me, then he turns around, looks somewhere else, and I'm like, this is it. I'm just gonna tell the fucking guy to stop. We wanna buy the R8. And I go, excuse me, we wanna buy the R8. And he goes, someone will be here to help you. And he just fucking squeezes out. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just lunchtime. I go to the next guy that's sitting on a fucking desk. And I go, dude, my friend wants to buy the R8. And the guy goes, have you talked to anyone who purchased a car from here before? And I go, no. And he goes, please go to reception and they'll point you to someone. This is my lunch break. I was like, this motherfucker doesn't even have a fucking sandwich nearby. How can you have your lunch break without eating anything? Not even ice cream, like nothing. I don't know why I thought about ice cream right now. So I go, fine, I'm gonna go to the reception. So I go to the reception with my friend and I'm like, hi, we're here to look at the R8. My friend wants to buy it right now. We're cash buyers. Can you please tell a salesman to come over? No one fucking comes over. So finally, I waited. This time I fucking waited because my friend wanted the car. If it was for me, I was like, dude, let's just fucking bail. Who the fuck wants to like be here? And my friend's like, no, I really want the car. I'm like, okay. So I finally see another fat dude that's walking by and I go, hey, excuse me. We're trying to buy this fucking car. I know we look like two homeless dudes and I'm Mexican and my friend's Arabic, but here's the reality. This dude's fucking loaded. And I'm not doing too bad myself and he wants to buy an R8 and everybody's been ignoring us. And the guy goes, oh man, you should have told me that before. I got you guys, I got you. So he shows us the car and of course immediately goes and proceeds to tell me as we're getting closer to the car, he goes, by the way, there's a guy getting into, and I shit you not guys, and this is why I hate dealerships sometimes. This guy looks at me and goes, by the way guys, you see the guy that's outside? And we see a guy that's walking outside, he goes, he's very interested in buying the car, so if you want it, you might have to act fast. And I keep looking at the guy, and the other guy just fucking gets in a Corolla and bounces. I'm like, this guy in a Corolla is not buying this car. Like, why do you have to tell me that? Like, you look so stupid. Either way, don't let me get deviated from what we're talking about. So my friend looks at the car, looks at the price. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty high. And I told him, dude, you shouldn't buy this car here. This price is dumb. Like, we should just get it out of state. And he goes, no, bro, it's fine, I don't care. And as long as I can get, and I swear to God, it was like $10,000 off. That's all my friend wanted. And that was more than market. Like, that was realistic as fuck. We sit with the guy and he goes, have you boys ever purchased a car like this? We're like, oh, no, never. Fucking idiot. He goes, boys, have you ever purchased a car like this, like of this magnitude? And I look at my friend, who, by the way, his dad has the most insane car collection in the world. And I look at my friend, and my friend looks at me, and I go, he's got pretty much anything you can imagine. He goes, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do for you guys. I can't negotiate the price with you. So we're gonna go into the negotiation room, and I'm gonna bring the expert negotiator. I'm like, did I hear that right? Did you just say you're bringing an expert negotiator and we're gonna go to a negotiation room? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, guys, I've got many fucking cars, and until today, the only negotiation room and the only negotiation expert I've ever met was in that fucking dealership. The dude comes out, of course he looks like a fucking sleazebag. Are you kidding me? Bald dude, fat, tight shirt, open buttons, cursing up and right. Oh shit, that's gonna be me in the future. Okay, either way, it's fine. So this guy shows up, sits down and he goes, hey guys, obviously had a fucking Jersey accent. I'm not gonna do it for your safety. And he goes, hey guys, fuck, I'm sorry. He goes, hey guys, you wanna buy this car? This is what we can do for you. And he just drops the paperwork at sticker, like at what he's asking for. And I'm like, well, no, my friend wants $10,000 off and you got yourself a deal. And he goes, how about $1,000 off? I'm like, I don't think you heard me. My friend wants $10,000 off. That's anywhere you can get this car for $10,000 off. Let's just do it. And he goes, I don't think that's gonna work. Make me an offer. I'm like, I'm making you a fucking offer. $10,000 off. We're walking away with the car right now, sir. Are you blind? Are you deaf? What's going on? And he goes, yeah, I just don't think that's gonna work. The price in this car, it's just much higher than everybody thinks. So, 10,000 off for a hot car like this. I'm like, no one even wanted to fucking sell the car when I was there. Can you please just sell him the car for $10,000, sir, please? And the guy just ended up saying no. So we walked the fuck away. We didn't buy the fucking car. I was like, I'm never going back to that dealership. But you guys know how fucking stupid I am. So a couple years later, Alejandro comes into some more money, now real estate money. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. I've always wanted one. This is the time. I'm gonna go get it. I walk into fucking Porsche Beverly Hills again. But this time around, there was I think he was Lebanese, and that's why we clicked. It was a Lebanese guy, and he was super nice and sold me a Cayenne Turbo. I paid cash for the fucking thing and drove it up, and I was so happy. I was like, I finally had a great experience at Porsche Beverly Hills. This is incredible. The guy was really nice, did not give me a discount at all, but I don't care. I got the car. He talked to me when I showed up. You see how simple it is for you to fucking make $100,000 in one day or $150,000 in one day? All you gotta do is be nice. About a week after I bought the car, and I shit you not, guys, the suspension just completely flattened on the car. So it was an air suspension. It dropped. I don't know what happened to it. I dropped it back off at the dealership, and I'm like, guys, you sold me a car with a fucked up suspension. What the fuck is going on? The guy goes, no, you gotta take it to a shop and whatnot. So I was like, fuck, I don't have time right now. I'm gonna make an appointment and do that. So I go home. I see Belen before I had to go to a meeting. And I tell her, babe, is there any way you can return the fucking car, please, at the service department? And she goes, absolutely, don't worry. So she takes the car, takes it to the service department. In the service department, they ask her to call the guy who sold the car because I can't remember why we had to talk to that guy. And that guy turned into such a fucking asshole after he sold us the car. He was like, this is not my problem. This is your fucking problem. You deal with this, you blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck you. I was like, God damn it. I was so pissed. I literally gave him the car and said, give me whatever cash you want, and this is how stupid I fucking am. Give me my cash back. I want nothing to do with you in this fucking car. So I lost like $40,000 in one day. Let us be fucking clear about this shit. At that point I go, I'm never gonna go back to Mercedes-Benz of Beverly Hills. Man, it really fucking sucks telling this story. So, probably a year or two go by, and I'm like, you know what? The new turbo just came out, the 911 Turbo. I want to buy one of those. I've always wanted a 911 Turbo. So guess where I went? So I went back to fucking Porsche Beverly Hills to buy my turbo. But I said, I know what type of dicks they are. I know they're gonna look at me and say, what a disgusting fucking piece of shit Mexican thing you are. Don't even get close to me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna show up in my fucking Aventador Roadster. There is no way me showing up in an Aventador Roadster that looks like an Arabic piñata is gonna like fail. People are gonna see it and go like, damn, this guy has money. Let's help him out with his purchase. So I show up in my Aventador. Obviously, 3 fucking guys immediately get up. Hey man, what's going on? Can I help you? The other asshole was not working there. I don't think he worked there anymore after what happened with us. So this guy really helps me, and he's really nice. He's like, what are you looking for? And I said, I really want a new turbo. I've loved them forever. I've never gotten a chance to buy one, but I feel like this is my time. And the guy goes, oh, that's awesome. How are you gonna pay for the car? I was like, well, before I pay for the car, how about you let me drive one? I haven't driven one since the 996, I think. I had a chance of driving one. I've never driven another one. And the guy goes, well, you're gonna have to fill out a credit app. And I'm like, no. I'm paying for the car cash. I don't need to fill out a credit app. And he goes, yeah, but we can't just let you drive our car. I'm like, why are you gonna ding my fucking credit if I'm telling you I'm paying for the car cash? And he goes, you can buy the car cash, but I can't let you drive it unless you give me all of your credit application information. I was like, dude, this makes no sense. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave the fuck out of here before I do something stupid. So I left. I went immediately to Mercedes Beverly Hills with Yvonne, and I was like, Habibe, someone just told me to fuck off to a $220,000 car that I was buying. She goes, Habibe, don't worry about it. Here's an S65. Here's a fucking awesome discount. And you know what? You don't even have to do the paperwork. Take the fucking car and we'll do the paperwork tomorrow. I was like, I love you so much, Yvonne. And this is why she's fucking number one. I was like, God damn. This is how I want to be treated. This is right. If you're spending so much money in a car, this is the way. I understand that for someone to build the trust of just take the car before doing the paperwork, it's a lot. You need to build that up, right? But I'm not asking for that. I just want someone to be nice. So I buy the S65. Right after I bought it, the next day, I'm sitting on my couch and I remember just sitting there watching TV, and my wife was right next to me. She was doing, I can't remember, I think she was cooking or making cookies or some sort of bread, delicious bread that she makes. And she's going back and forth, and I get a phone call. And it's, hey, it's Porsche Beverly Hills on the phone, right? So I pick up the phone and it's this British fucking condescending lady. Oh, well, hello. I'm calling you on behalf of Porsche Beverly Hills. I'm looking for Alejandro. I'm like, yeah, this is him. And she goes, well, they told me that... I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do the voice anymore. She was like, well, they told me that you wanted to buy a Porsche Turbo, but you wanted to test drive it. And I go, yeah, that's right. I wanted to test drive the Turbo, and they wouldn't let me. And she goes, well, did you fill out a credit app? And I go, no, because I'm paying for the car cash. The credit app is irrelevant. And she goes, well, and I go, listen, don't even worry about it. I already bought myself a Mercedes, an S65 AMG. Again, a $220-something fucking car. And this woman goes, oh, well, I'm so glad that you went to Mercedes because they have cheaper cars and their cars are so cheap and the deals are so good that anyone can buy one. Well, good luck with your Mercedes, bye. And I hang up the phone, I was like, thank you, bye. Then I just stood like this for like 5 minutes. And Belen goes, is everything okay with you? And I go, I'm sorry, babe. I feel like she was being a fucking total condescending cunt. Am I wrong? And Belen goes, oh no, she absolutely was. I was surprised that you weren't fucking yelling or anything. I was like, God fucking damn it. But that was the day I learned my lesson. I didn't buy anything else. I never went to fucking Porsche Beverly Hills anymore. And that was my fucking experience with them. And that's why it was so hard for me to get into Porsche for the longest time ever, because in my head, every single guy that wanted to buy a Porsche was kind of like the people that were at the dealership that treated me that way. And I wanted nothing to do with it. Thank God, eventually, I somehow stumbled on McKenna's lot and I bought a GT3, and that made me fall in love with it. And I bought a 918 Spider 2 actually, and none of them from Porsche Beverly Hills, which was right around the fucking corner because the guys are assholes. Or were assholes back then. So, I'm sorry, that is my story. It feels good. You know what? This should be therapy time with Alejandro. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I love you. I'm so glad that you're here listening to my stories because my wife is completely done with them. So, take care, guys. Have a good one.